Yeah, and then I decided to not shave mine, and then they got really hairy, and I was like, okay, now I can't shave because of the reactions that I got from people and the conversations. Like, my best friend said, and I agree, that having hairy armpits starts more conversations than having bald armpits.
That's true.
Nobody's gonna ask you about your bald armpits, but everybody wants to know why.
Alrighty, what up, you guys? I'm Bryson Smith.
And I'm Javin.
And this is Who Cares? Alrighty, so if you're new to our channel, thank you for tuning in. Here on this channel, we talk about controversies. Some are popular, some aren't. But if you're new, thank you for tuning in, and we'd appreciate you.
We do appreciate you.
Right.
Please tell us how much you appreciate being appreciated. We encourage any kind of comment in any form.
Negative
whatsoever.
or positive.
Negative, positive, upside down, doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Here we have our wonderful guests, and I believe you've seen her before, Scarlett.
Hey, Scarlettsenapaii. We love Scarlettsenapaii.
I love her.
Love you guys too.
We appreciate you.
And she's here to elaborate on a topic we did earlier on hair.
Right.
She was not present for that episode, but we discussed why hair is controversial, a bunch of different ways it was controversial. But we realized we just couldn't get it all in one episode.
Right.
It just couldn't. There's so much.
And the reason why we brought her on is because she actually embraces her natural body hair.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to listen to her talk about basically how that has shaped her character and her experiences with her body hair.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So take it away.
Like I asked you earlier, how have men and women looked at... Well, first I'll show them what you're working with.
Wow. Yeah. I embrace the body hair in my armpits.
How do women feel about that when you talk to them?
Oh, absolutely disgusted.
Yeah?
Yeah. Women. Interesting. So a lot of men are absolutely disgusted as well by the
Who's
body
more?
hair.
Like which one do you get a more severe response out of?
More women.
Right? Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
That is so crazy because the negative stigma of body hair affects women.
Yeah.
Not men. Men who are more hairy are usually deemed to be more manly.
Right.
That's true.
And so it's very interesting that when I like to show my armpit hair to people because I like to see their reaction.
Right.
I always get this look of, like, they just look disgusted. They're like, oh my God. Like, well, what? How long has it been?
I was gonna say, are you familiar with where that stigma actually comes from?
I'm not. I have my own theories.
Oh, wait, let's hear it. I want to hear them first before I say something.
Well, so when talking about this to my best friend who also embraces her body hair, when we think about it, not knowing any of like the actual history, when we think about it, it seems like it stems from predatory roots, right? So like not that long ago, and actually still to this day in other countries and even other parts of America, there are like child marriage.
Yeah.
So you have a grown-ass man marrying a prepubescent child or barely hitting puberty child, so like 12.
Yeah.
You know, no body hair. So it seems like it stems from a time where women naturally just didn't have any body hair. You know, before you hit puberty, you're bald everywhere.
Well,
and so when men like it or women get a negative stigma for having hair, it's like, well, women have hair. So that's my little theory.
Well,
I don't know if it's true.
Well, no, women have body hair. The history behind it, there's a lot that goes into it. Like this goes back even to like ancient Egyptians to where
hair's been controversial for
they
centuries.
would shave their body hair as a sign of like cleanness and stuff like that. Yeah. But I think as far as like how America goes, it really started like in the 1900s. Fashion actually plays a role in this.
Oh, wow.
So I want to say in the 20s and 40s, women started wearing skirts and, you know, things that were more revealing.
Okay.
And there was body hair. And then, you know, then later on with the movements like the feminist movement and all these other things, women started capitalizing on, okay, maybe we should shave. And just that became kind of like the thing over time.
Oh,
Yeah. So there's like a history behind of like fashion and trends and stuff like that that kind of play into it. It's really interesting.
Porn
So
was
that's
a big
why
one.
like porn as well. So that's why it's just like people are always going to be shaved on porn. So society has had an influence on women and their body hair.
yeah.
And I guess it's considered, well, I don't want to say it's taboo when you see a woman that embraces their body hair in 2020.
Not now.
Yeah, not now.
Yeah,
now
so, it's getting better.
Yeah, but that's where the thinking comes from. Like when you show your body hair to another woman and they think like,
that's
they give you that look. That's because of society.
Yeah, 100%. And it's very interesting. So I've had men also like when being at like a party, like a long time ago,
right?
Exposing my body hair while dancing has had men deter from wanting to dance with me.
Really?
I have heard men that I know in my life like, oh, I would never date a woman with hairy armpits. I would never be with a woman who didn't shave her vagina. And it's really gross in my opinion. Because as a woman, you have body hair. Yeah, to feel like they wouldn't date a woman if her pussy wasn't shaved, if her pussy wasn't bald. Like, I'm not 11.
We support women in their body hair on this side.
Yes. Oh.
So
I think that's a statement.
Yeah, that's a statement.
We support women in their body hair on this side.
That's true. So I want to get into a little bit of kind of what we talked about before. So the controversy is essentially hair.
Right.
It's natural and healthy versus it's stylish and professional.
Yes.
Okay, right.
So you've had the experience of you wanted to embrace a natural and frank. Okay, pubic hair is actually healthier for you. I'm sorry, guys. It's not actually disgusting.
So
Fun fact.
Like I said, this is the second part to a video, so we did speak about that, and we'll leave the first part of this in the description.
Yeah, please watch it. It's important. And so that is the controversy. And so when we talk about people's personal preferences, especially about pubic hair, I guess, how do you feel about men who might reject the social stigmas, who might be like, no, women should be allowed to do what they want, but still have a preference?
Of course. Well, people are always, I mean, I don't know if you're asking her or me, but I'm just going to say, like, people are always going to have a preference.
Yeah. But do you think that perpetuates the stigma?
I think it depends on how how adamant they are about the preference, right? Like, it could be like, oh yeah, I don't care if your vagina is hairy, but like if I'm gonna eat it, then you need to go bald or you need to shave. Like it depends on like, or if it's like, yeah, I don't care if you don't shave, but like I'm not gonna fuck with you, you know, because I prefer it to not be that way. So I think it just depends. I think it could be problematic if it's like, you know, like, oh yeah, I do what you want, but like personally, but even then, like to each their own. I don't think I guess it's really unfair to say it's problematic for somebody to be like, oh yeah, do you, but like I'm just not gonna fuck with it, right? Because I think that should be okay. I think that should not be deemed problematic, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, because at the same time, the reason somebody might feel that way, is because of that maybe misogynistic or sexist standard. Yeah. And so by saying, oh, do whatever you want, but me personally, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
I propose a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So you embracing your body hair, right? And that's like, what if you were dating someone who was also like on the same playing field as you? Like he didn't really care to shave or he was embracing his body hair.
Oh yeah, 100% would not bother me. I actually believe that a lot of women think it's weird if men shave. I have met women who think that it's gay.
Wait, you said you know a lot of women that think it's weird that men shave?
Yes. I have met women. There are women in my family specifically who think that men shaving is gay.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that you would...
Me personally, I think I have no problems with it at all. Okay. Like I'd be 100% okay with, whatever. If they wanted to shave, they didn't want to shave. Like I don't... Okay. But taking it to another playing field, like with that being said, with me embracing my body hair, like my armpit hair.
Your hair was caught in the mic.
Oh no.
That's funny.
Yeah, I got a lot of it like everywhere.
Where are you going though? I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh yeah, so it's from another playing field. If we're going to talk about sex, I actually think that I actually shave my vagina for sex because I like the way it feels. So aside from...
So only for how it feels?
Only for how it feels. I also, like me and my significant other prefer for both of us to be shaved sometimes. A lot of the times we just don't care. But if we're trying to do something special, like, oh, how about we both shave? And then it'd be extra interesting, you know?
That's nice.
So I think that it could not be problematic Sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes complete sense. So, have other women had this experience? Like, you've talked to other people. Have they also, like, how do you?
I only know one other female that doesn't shave
That'd be your
regularly.
friend.
That'd be my best friend.
Oh, okay. Got
Yeah.
you.
And she's the one that I think she's the one that started the natural body hairness, like the not
where you
shaving the
got it from?
armpits. Yeah, and then I decided to not shave mine, and then they got really hairy, and I was like, okay, now I can't shave because of the reactions that I got from people and the conversations. Like, my best friend said, and I agree, that having hairy armpits starts more conversations than having bald armpits.
That's true.
Nobody's gonna ask you about your bald armpits, but everybody wants to know why the fuck haven't I shaved.
Hence you being on this episode about
That's
hairy
right.
armpits. So
It's
yeah,
a gateway.
maybe it's more beneficial for women not to shave their hair
Yes.
because of situations like these. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows? That's just
How
food for
interesting.
thought.
It's just weird that men aren't held to the same standard too.
Well,
It's like
I mean-
you would expect it makes, like, in the same way that shaving makes men more comfortable in this society.
Maybe men are
You would
more
expect-
attracted to women are more attracted to men with hair on their body.
I
Yeah,
think
but that's
that's
actually
seems-
changing too. That
Is it?
Yeah, standards of manliness are changing in society.
Well,
to
I'm
where-
sure they are. I mean, as life goes on, things will continue to change just as they have in the past.
And boy, have they changed. The standard. Okay, so long hair, right, used to be in different cultures, like really manly, like really, like if you had long, thick locks, it would be a really manly thing. But then as time went on, having short, like almost buzz cut hair is deemed more professional and stuff like that. Me
Interesting.
personally, I've experienced this. I've not been taken very seriously over the course of my life just because I had longer hair than this. But now things are changing again to where we're loosening up as a society about hair and stuff like that.
Are they? Are we? I feel like I still wouldn't be deemed as professional
No.
if I went into an interview for like a day job.
I think that has something to do with more about a racial bias and racial.
Could be that
I
too.
think black hair is treated a lot differently than just. Like,
It is.
It's like it deserves its own video.
And we have talked about that.
we
Honestly, it does deserve its own video. But we talked about how natural black hairstyles have been greatly oppressed over the years, and then we talked about
Yes,
the
they have.
Afro beauty
Yeah.
time period.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then Bryce, you've told her the story about that one guy who went up. to
Oh,
ask
I don't
you.
think I told you this story actually. Okay, so
We said this story. Or he
yeah,
said
this is
it.
like my third time saying it. I went to a Slater Brothers to get like a burrito to get some food, and this older white man, probably was like in his, I want to say mid to late 60s. But anyways, he asked me about my hair, and he asked me if it was real. Yes, my hair is real. And then he was like, "Yeah, isn't the Rastafari movement going on right now?" He was talking about the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
So I just kind of I knew where he was going with it. And so he was asking me why do I have my hair and whatnot? And then I told him I was neglecting the European standards of beauty, and he just went in close like, what? And I was like, I'm neglecting the European standards of beauty, and then I just went about my day, and he just stood there, just
Baffled.
he
Baffled.
wasn't expecting that answer.
Yeah.
So that was really
That's
interesting.
fucking awesome.
I really felt awesome too.
It's badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in light of that, so we're talking a lot about how natural and healthy hair is. When hair is natural and healthy, it's a really positive thing. But how
Yes.
about the other side of that? When natural hair colors and natural hair is considered superior to like dyeing your hair or perming your hair,
Yes.
which is a lot of the time really damaging to your hair.
Yes.
But that doesn't make it a bad thing. Or do you guys think it makes it a bad thing? Do
Well,
you
I mean,
think
if it's
bad?
damaging your hair, then it is bad, right?
Yeah, but like
I think
going out
You're
in the sun
damaging your
damages
hair,
your hair.
for
I don't know if that's
the
true.
aesthetic
Don't
of
quote me on that one.
looking
But
good.
I think 100% it's not bad because I think
Okay.
like tattoos, it's an expression
Oh,
of self.
right. Yes,
so
yes,
It's,
yeah.
it's sacrificing. Like you're sacrificing your skin and a place on your body to have this tattoo that expresses a sense
Right.
of self. You're sacrificing your hair to be able to express a sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that, I think that obviously also hair will grow back.
It will,
Hopefully.
yeah. Hair grows back.
I actually chopped all my hair off because I damaged it so much by dyeing it a whole bunch of crazy characters, and it was really enlightening and
that's dope.
I cared about my hair a lot growing up. It was a very big deal to me. How my hair looked and just have like my hair, just as a black woman, I'm sure all black women can understand the significance of your hair.
Right.
It means a lot. And so cutting it off was a big step. It was a big deal for me, and I think it was very empowering.
Yeah, that's a big deal for most women, because I've known a lot of women that have shaved, and they've told me about their experiences and how they, you know, came to that conclusion of just shaving their hair.
How do you think bald women are treated in this society?
How are bald women treated?
I should have studied that one.
I don't even know. I haven't really looked into that. I know that I'm attracted to them though. I'm attracted to women. Like if you're cute, obviously you're attractive. But it's just like
Yeah.
If you're cute, obviously you're attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, like women with short or bald hair are definitely treated very differently than women with very, very long. I don't know.
They're not treated. I think that they're not treated like as. I think that when people see a feminine woman versus anything that goes against that standard, they treat them differently subconsciously.
Yeah.
But what defines femininity?
Oh, I can tell you what the social standard is for femininity, right?
Wait, let's
dainty, alluring, soft-spoken,
very meek,
light colors, meek.
Gentle, nurturing.
100% when I worked a customer service job, when I was really energetic and like
those jobs.
I know. When I was really energetic and talking to people, like less men hit on me versus when I was
shy,
speaking really soft and are you having a good day?
I guess that
they
makes
love
sense.
that shit. Weird. Weird. Yeah.
Well,
so
I mean, I guess
that's like technically femininity.
Yeah.
I think technically it makes me so fucking mad.
Strong feelings.
What do you have to say about that, Jack?
No, I have to agree with her in terms of the femininity. What I wanted to kind of go into more, and I'm glad you brought up the job thing. At what point is something okay to sacrifice in terms for professionalism? What point do you think style sacrifices how professional you appear? Do you think that's even a value we should have?
I don't think so because, so I can talk about this because me being the type of person I am, like I'm not going to cut my hair or do something that has to, like, yes, you can change little things. Like, you could act a certain way for an interview, but when it comes to changing something like I'm not going to cut my hair to try and get a job at some corporate spot. I wouldn't do something like that.
Especially because most of the time the job isn't even all that.
And there's that too.
Now,
so it's like, yo, I'm not like I've actually gotten hired at a job and they wanted me to cut my hair. They're like, if you cut it, we'll hire you. I was like, I'm not gonna work here then. So like I'm not gonna alter something that's a part of me.
Some grocery stores don't want their employees to have dreadlocks, and it's like, what the fuck?
Lame.
It's a grocery store. Like, who cares?
Yeah, nobody cares.
Shout out to the dreadheads.
I'm trying to think of what job would it be appropriate to sacrifice a sense of self-expression to be, like, I think it's so important to not do that.
Well,
like,
people do it all the time.
Health.
Like, even in the medical field, like, I believe, like, if you're running to be a nurse or something, you have to cover your tattoos or something.
Yeah.
Like, but why? I want to know the actual reasons as to why you have to not have tattoos or cover your tattoos in the medical field.
It's in the name. I can make up 5 bullshit answers now, but you want to hear my actual
I want to talk
answers?
about this.
1, your tattoo could actually alienate your patients at the hospital.
Wait, how?
Wearing tattoos could make them feel like you're more intimidating. Tattoos can be more intimidating to people, and you could actually make them feel less connected with you, which is important to be connected with your patients.
Yeah.
That's something that they've said though about tattoos.
I'm sure so. Yeah. Okay. So here's bullshit answers come from a standard. If there's a standard, somebody will make up an excuse to standardize it. So yeah, that statement has been said by 100 different people, but it's not actually true. That's not why it exists. It makes me angry. I'm not happy about it. A second reason is that it's not. It means that you're less responsible. Wearing tattoos makes you appear less professional, less responsible, more reckless, stuff like that.
I meant to do that one. Just because like what you're saying is true, and I'm like, it's so lame because like
But it's not necessarily true. It's not true, actually. It's
like,
not true, right? Like, it's
no,
just,
it's bullshit.
They're just tattoos.
They're just tattoos.
Like, they're just tattoos.
It's just
just
a common
tattoos.
consensus that people, like you said, they're bullshit reasonings why these things are not allowed. But just because it's the common consensus doesn't mean that it's true, and it's not.
It's not. It's not true. If you guys have a tattoo, it's more likely that it's a sense of self-expression than you trying to appear more intimidating. Or what? Like, what nonsense?
And to bring this all around, same thing goes for hair.
Right.
It's exactly the same for hair. However, this is a personal opinion.
Oh, so you're gonna make a statement?
Not quite. No, okay. I'm not there yet. Unwashed hair. How do you feel about it?
I'm indifferent.
You're indifferent towards a person who hasn't washed their hair in weeks.
It depends on it depends on if it stinks. You gotta
right.
Look, it depends on what you do. Like, if you're working in a place where a lot of dirt and grime is getting in your hair, then you might want to wash your hair. But if it just goes, as a black woman, I only wash my hair once every 2 weeks. I
think I said that in my interview because that's usually how we do our hair. That's
it is different for black people trying to go for maybe a more natural because of how. Well, no,
because the oils in our hair.
Well, and also just in general, it's not healthy to wash your hair on a regular basis.
Yeah, which that's
a misconception.
But in terms of, we're not talking natural healthy now. We're talking just style and professional. Do you like how, let's say me, like if I had greasy, unwashed hair, you could tell, not from the smell, not from just
from the physical appearance.
Like, oh God, that looks greasy as fuck.
I would think you're a dirty person. 100%.
Am I?
No, I'm sorry. And I'm just going.
But what if you were like, okay, let's say you think he's a dirty person.
That's just my first thought. I'd be like, this.
And then what if you two had dialogue and he was like, it's actually cleaner not to wash your hair, and he comes at you with all this knowledge and whatnot, you would still think he's dirty, huh?
It does. Yeah, it does.
Because honestly, I would.
And that's where I'd say there is a line where self-expression doesn't match a sense of style and professionalism.
It's very interesting, actually.
Like, I don't like greasy hair. I'm sorry. And it depends. It does depend. Mm-hmm. Like, some people can pull it off. Greasy hair might actually look gorgeous on somebody, but I'm talking like white.
I doubt that.
You doubt that?
Find me a photo.
I'll find you a photo.
Find me a photo.
I'll find her a photo.
Find me a person who looks sexy with greasy hair, and I'll.
This will run into This is going to run into a third episode.
It probably will.
It's because we haven't even gotten to beards. We haven't gotten into standards of beauty across the world and how common they are. This one.
My armpit hair would be praised in other parts of the world.
That's fucking right.
To get it together.
No, show me your armpit hairs again. Just there you go. Embrace that armpit hair. Embrace that armpit hair.
Come on, guys, don't be scared. All right. It doesn't stink. It's clean.
It's clean.
I never stink.
Men
except when I eat vegetables.
It's true. She doesn't stink ever. Scarlettsenapaii smells.
And even
quite
if you
nice.
do, the BO isn't actually unhygienic. It's just.
Yep. I actually recently have developed a BO because I am eating healthier than I've ever eaten in my life. Vegetables make your BO stronger. Isn't that crazy?
I don't like BO. I'm sorry, guys. It depends though. But like, that's just how we develop as a society. Same with greasy hair. It's like, I don't like it for its style alone. There's no rational reason behind it. It's just the societal consensus. Is that wrong? Is that wrong?
To not like someone's hair?
To not like a specific behavior that leads to an aesthetic change in a society. Is it okay to not accept something in a society, even if it's a form of self-expression?
So like blue spiky hair. Like, is it wrong to...
Who cares if you don't like it or not? Like, you cannot like something.
Yeah, but is it okay for a society to collectively agree systemically not to like that person?
I think that is wrong.
You think that's wrong?
I think that's wrong because I think that would lead to a mob mentality. If everyone's like, "Hey, this isn't appropriate. Having this kind of hairstyle is not appropriate for this job." So basically, if you fit the description of if you have this hairstyle and you are trying to get this job, they're like, "No, we already decided as a society that it's not appropriate for you to have that hairstyle."
That's wrong, because that's what they try to do with
right? Or natural black hairstyles or some other like colored hair, like. As a society, we have deemed that those are inappropriate. They're not professional. Mm-hmm. So if you have that hairstyle, you either have to change your aesthetic, change your expression of self to be able to get that. So I think it is wrong.
But what about and I try to go for the most outlandish appearance I humanly can.
I want to make a statement.
When it comes to your hair,
law firm. Yeah.
I think that, of course, people are going to judge that, but I think it's very important for it to be 100% allowed and maybe even welcomed, because I think that we should break the standard. And that people should be, if you are the best fucking lawyer there and you have pink spiky hair, well, god damn it, you're the best fucking lawyer there and you got pink spiky hair. Like, that's it. But people will be like,
that's a statement.
No, I want to make a statement. I want to say that we need to change we need to change the definition of what professional-ism is.
That's a good one.
We need to do that.
Are you going to push
because, I'll repeat myself. We need to change what the definition of professionalism is.
Okay.
Because clearly this old definition isn't working.
Yeah, it's not working out so great.
At all.
It's mentally healthy to be able. It's good for your mental health. I guess this is another statement. It's good for your mental health to be able to express yourself. In a
healthy way.
People express themselves through tattoos and from their hair is one of the mentally most healthy, ways people express themselves is through their hair.
And you can have all those things and still be professional. You know,
I could be the best at what I do.
Do your job right.
Best fucking doctor in
and
California.
Look dope doing it
and look sick doing it.
So I guess oh sorry, I don't mean
to.
No,
I'm going on a tangent. No, go ahead.
I guess what you're saying then is just to kind of summarize is people can have whatever opinions they want about anyone else and they get to be assholes about it, but we shouldn't encourage that asshole behavior. But in terms of like jobs and stuff, I guess we shouldn't really allow for a human sense of style or professionalism when it comes to jobs. It should kind of be more robotic, where it's just like, can you do the job? If yes,
I got
you're good.
Yes,
it doesn't matter what you look like.
It is a form of discrimination.
When you try to...
Yes, you are not allowed to deny a person a job for being pregnant. You're not allowed to deny a person a job for their sexual identity or their sexual preference or the color of their skin. And I don't believe that you should be able to deny a person a job
based off of their hair.
Based off the color of their hair, the style of their hair. I get like, okay, it's one thing if, in circumstances, right? If you're going to work at a daycare and you're scaring the children, then maybe that's not the best job for you. But I don't necessarily think it's right for the job to be able to decide that, hey, you can't work this job because your hair is blue.
Yeah, you can't work at a law firm or an accounting firm just because you look. It's like you can do the job if you can do the job.
Because fuck how people think, what people think when they see you. It's about what comes out of your mouth.
A lot of statements today, and we're gonna have more. Unfortunately, we're like pretty close to the end of our time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
we can wrap it up.
And we barely like scratched.
No, it went by a circle. We'll do another. We'll do a third part. We'll do a third part.
So I hope you guys appreciated what we discussed today. If you guys want to hear more about hair and what there is to discuss about hair, like I genuinely want to hear people's personal experiences with hair, because I think that sheds more light into how society treats hair. So stay tuned for part 3. Like, comment, comment, and subscribe.
And on that note, I do want to say that you should definitely take care of your mental illness. Do whatever it is that's going to make you feel good about yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
If dyeing your hair is an expression of stuff that will help with your mental health,
do that. Talk to the people you want to talk to. Talk to your friends. Talk to, just make sure you're where you need to be in your headspace.
Invest in yourself.
Right.
You're worth it.
So on that note, we will see you guys next time.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.